slow down. Good evening and welcome to On Scene with MPD, a Facebook Live event. We are here live at the McHenry Mansion in Modesto. I am one of your hosts this evening, Eric Schuler. My co-host, Gillian Schuler, my wife. Gillian, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me tonight. Like he said, we are here at the McHenry Mansion. We have two special guests with us, some volunteers that volunteer here, and they're going to give us some information about this place.
So the McHenry Mansion was built in 1883 for Robert and Matilda McHenry. When it was built, it became the largest house in all of Modesto. There's over 10,000 square feet in this home, and it was built for one couple. Robert had built his fortune with a ranch called the Bald Eagle Ranch, basically where Al's Furniture is now. It was wheat farming and cattle raising, and the trouble was he had a 6-mile wagon ride, regardless of what the heat or the weather was, to come down to downtown Modesto. So he built the mansion down here, and he left his son Oromel up at Bald Eagle Ranch. So this is a 10,000 square foot home for one couple. And Robert and Matilda McHenry lived here by themselves until Robert passed away at the age of 63. Matilda passed away 9 years later, and then Oromel moved in with his family. And unfortunately, he passed away rather young. He was 44 years old when he passed. And his wife, Murdy, at that point, had the house, and she started to date a judge who ended up becoming a judge in San Francisco. She moved to San Francisco, and this house actually became a health sanitarium for 3 years. And then eventually it was sold and became an apartment complex, and every room actually was made a separate bedroom. So there were 14 units in this house. And at one point, Mr. Crabtree, the owner, passed away in mid-70s, and the fire marshal came to the surviving family and says, you have an apartment complex with 14 units. You need fire escapes everywhere. And they went, nah, not gonna do it. So they put it up for sale, and Eileen Julio Gallo of Gallo Wine bought it for $150,000. On the same day, they sold it back to the city of Modesto for $1, with the condition that it would be restored. And then they gave an incredibly generous donation to get the house restored to the mansion that it used to be. And it took about 7 years before even the first floor was opened up, and a few more years till the second floor was opened up. And then back in 2011, there was a fire that basically singed the entire front of the house, and it took almost 2 years to get this house back to the way it was. Now, one thing I like to point out with this mansion is if you look at the outside, it's kind of a gray and an ivory color white, and you think, well, it's kind of bland, it's kind of uninteresting. And out of curiosity, have either of you ever been in the mansion?
No, I have not.
No, but we want to.
And everybody tells us that, because they come here and they go, gee, I've never been in this mansion before. And the inside of the mansion is the exact opposite of the outside. It's ornate, it's colorful, there are patterns everywhere. It has been restored to 1883. Our curator, Wayne Mathis, is excellent at hunting down period-appropriate furniture and furnishings. Everything in the house dates back to 1883, and even the carpets are the patterns that were used back in the day, and they actually got the carpets from the people in England who made the original carpets for the house.
So if someone was interested in having a tour, is that something that you guys do?
Outside of COVID, absolutely. Let's put it this way, I'll talk about pre-COVID because they're still figuring out post-COVID, but the mansion was open Sunday through Friday for about 4 hours. You'd go to the visitation center, which is 2 doors down, and then they'd send you with the docent, and they'd give you an entire tour of the house upstairs and downstairs. For when life gets back to normal, there are 3 big events that happen on 4th of July. They open up the house and they have docents in full costume 4th of July. They've had it once before, they plan to have it again, and it's called Morbid Obsession. It's October, when they celebrate the Victorians' obsession with death, because it was so common. There were a lot of rituals around death. And then the first weekend in December, they actually have a Dickens fair. They have a street fair out here, and there's costume docents, and the house is open for the Dickens fair. So it's an interesting place to be.
Very interesting. You know, hearing that there were 14 apartments in here, if that's what we say, how many restrooms by chance?
Actually, when they converted it, a lot of those rooms had their own restrooms. The house being restored back to its original, there's 2 restrooms. And that was one thing that was really big back in the day. They actually had flushing toilets here. And that was an amazing thing. In fact, they opened the house on January 1st of every year for tours. And that was the hit of the tours, was seeing the flushing toilets, because it was such a unique thing in Modesto.
Wow, very interesting. Well, thank you very much for sharing, and we appreciate you being here. Again, we are live. For those of you just tuning in, we are live here at the McHenry Mansion here in Modesto. This is On Scene with MPD. I am one of your hosts, Eric Schuler. With us tonight is my wife, Gillian Schuler. Our plan for tonight is to highlight some of the videos that we have from our officers over the last couple of weeks. The videos are prepared through our body-worn cameras that the officers are wearing. Those happened previously, but we are live here to answer any questions that you have. So if you have any questions as you're watching this in relation to the videos that you're going to see, or something else outside of this, just something you're curious about with law enforcement, specifically Modesto Police Department, please comment down below and we will answer them either here live to you, or someone on our media relations team will answer as well. They're sitting in the back of the cameras right now watching for the comments, and so they might respond to you as well.
So our first video tonight is where an officer was trying to do a traffic stop and the vehicle failed to yield. The occupants crashed and then took off running. So let's check it out.
Where is he?
Hey, hold up. We're going to do that in a second.
Go.
Get a good look at the other guy.
Which way do you go, bud?
Hey, so he took this guy, driver, came this way. The other guy went more south and went east.
So like a couple doors?
No, the next.
404.
That's him. It's just the two. Has not been searched yet.
What's your first name? Jesse? Jesse, hey, nothing illegal on you, right? You guys don't have
Just East of Noon's Market.
Yeah, it's gonna be these guys. I mean, they freaking TC no trick. Hey, help him out real quick.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Hey, Jesse, can you roll to either side?
No, bro, I'm hurt.
Huh?
I'm hurt. My whole face. Look.
Okay, here's the deal, bud. Huh? No. They're rolling towards you.
You're gonna have to roll, big man. There you go, tuck your feet in. I know, tuck your feet in.
We're gonna try to get you up and out of this little position, okay, bud?
There you go.
Which leg do you think is broken? This one?
This one.
So get up on a knee on this one, okay? Get up on a knee. There you go. Now stand. Alright, there you go.
Yeah. We're good here.
You good hanging out with him? I'm gonna go confirm with Dad.
Yeah. We need two 1141s. We're gonna need one there or one of the other one.
I'm hurt.
I know, let's get you. I'll sit you on the front of my car. Let's go.
Almost there, bud.
One at B41's location and one here at AO.
Come over here, Jesse. Get in front of my car. Then nothing illegal, right?
B41, take the alley behind 400 Conejo. It'll be north of Conejo and Tioga.
Hey, stop. What's going on, man? Did you just run from my partner?
No, I walked.
Put your hands on top of my head.
I can't. My arm's broken, sir.
Your arm is broken?
I can't. It hurts
Okay,
bad.
did you just run from my partner?
I
Yes or
didn't-
no?
I ran from the scene of crime, but I didn't
Okay.
get to run. I
Do
just
me
got
a
right
favor.
from the
Take-
smoke shop.
Also get a way to get into
See that
the
name
airport.
of the
Sit right here.
I don't know why I ran.
Do
I
you have
just panicked.
Okay. Were you
I don't even know who Du Bois. He's getting me right from the smoke shop right here.
B41? I've got one 1015. WMA black shirt, blue jeans, and I'm gonna need 1141.
B41 copy. Is it in the alleyway there?
I'm just east of Nunez
I didn't run.
Market.
I walked all the way down the road.
Okay.
I didn't run.
I'm waiting to confirm the plate.
Both in custody. Got a gun laser in here.
Do we have the area searched back there? Make sure he didn't dump one.
No, I'll talk to him because there's dogs, so we're gonna. I don't know what happened this way.
We'll get.
At least that immediate area is done. I don't know about on the other side of the fence.
Okay. So he goes this way, and then I try to keep an eye on the passenger to see which way he went. This guy tucks around the truck, so we need to check under the truck and then also their backyard.
That's why I said we would do
Yeah,
that.
also their back.
Yeah, I'll take care of it now. Hey, any way I'd be able to get into your backyard?
Yeah, let me bring the dog. We need to bring the dog.
No problem.
Okay.
Sir? It looks like I got something in between right here. Is there an easy way to get over to here? Because I don't... I think I got a gun right here. So I'd like to get whatever that black thing is right there, which looks like possibly a gun to me right here. Right there. See what I'm talking about? If there's a way through there, I'd rather grab it with gloves.
Yeah, let me,
Do you think I can get... Yep, coming. Right about there. Yep, oh, easy, yeah, easy.
If you
I got it. Yep. Thank you, sir. Ooh, hello.
I knew it, dude.
I had to search long and hard for that one, buddy.
What was it?
So right in that back corner,
Yeah.
there's a big pile of stuff and another pile of stuff, and it went in between it. Woo.
Loaded?
Feels like it.
All right, welcome back. That was an interesting video. You know, when you watch suspects fleeing from officers and fleeing on foot after the car chase, the officers were quickly able to apprehend one of the suspects. Excuse the noise there. Again, we are live here in Modesto at McHenry Mansion, so that was a vehicle driving by. But this video that we just watched, you know, we were able to watch officers coordinating, communicating amongst themselves so they can contain and locate the second suspect that they were looking for. I think the officers did a very good job in doing so. They apprehended the second suspect pretty quickly. And they also, as they were looking and searching for the suspects, you know, they were looking for contraband and evidence. And that's something that's normal in our line of work. That's something that we're often doing. And if I'm not mistaken, they found something.
They did. That was an officer had a good view of that, because if for some reason we took the suspects in custody and then we left without looking for that, what if a child or somebody that lives in the area found that gun? So it's definitely good to do double.
Right, you know, and when suspects carry guns and they discard them when they're being chased, and that's hopefully something that they'll do. We hope that they don't hold them and try to use them. But if they discard them, it's important for us to take the time and look for any weapons such as that, or even contraband, because we don't want those things left behind. We want to make sure that we recover them, and the officers did such a great job getting a gun off the street, obviously a dangerous weapon that can be used in the commission of a crime or to hurt somebody. And so the officers did a really good job coordinating, I think.
They did. They did. So definitely check your yards, and we don't want any contraband or anything left behind.
Very good. So our next video that we're going to go to is a motorcycle crash. So we're going to get to that and see what happens. Oh, looks like we're having some technical issues here, and that's okay. You know, for the first time out of the 4 virtual ride-alongs that we've done now, I think this is number 4, at least since COVID started. We're outside. We're outside in the city of Modesto, which is really nice. I'm happy about that. Obviously, we're experiencing a little bit of noise out here, a little bit of sun, but that's okay. It makes it fun. We heard a little bit about McHenry Mansion, which is nice.
This is a beautiful place. They have weddings here. At Christmas time, it's decorated, but it's a great place for us to sit out here out on this patio. So if you have not came out and checked out this McHenry Mansion, I recommend it. It's a beautiful place to check out.
Right, and we sure did get lucky with the weather. I mean, it's a little warm, but
a little warm.
A week ago, it was a lot more warm. So.
Yes, not too bad. No wind.
Exactly. So I just would like to remind our viewers, if you have any questions or comments you'd like us to address, please comment down below. We will answer them here live, or one of our media relations teams will answer you directly.
Okay.
All right, so let's get to our next video. Our next video is going to be a motorcycle collision.
Howdy.
You said he was going to
Hello. Park the bike, hop off.
Good. All right.
No. Don't do that.
What's the matter? What's up? What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, come on.
I got him. You guys got this? Yep.
What are you doing? Come on. I didn't do anything. What?
You're going to jail now.
There we
go. Thank you.
For what?
I told you to shut off the bike and hop off. You decided to take off on me.
I don't even know who you are.
All right. Let's pop off the police.
Who you are.
What do you want off-road? Modesto, Merity Free.
Got it? We tried to start it to take off. We got here.
Motorcycles just tried to take off. He's 10-15 now.
I don't even know who you are.
You want me to get you a couple lights?
If you don't mind, yeah, that'd be great. All right, let's try this again. So go and sit up for me. Okay, I'm grabbing all the wrong spots. Sit up.
Hold on. Let's get some gloves, man.
I don't want to leave them in
Give
this.
us some gloves.
Okay.
Here you go, bro. Here you go, bud.
There you go. Cool.
You got some?
I just need the wipes real quick and just clean up and then.
It's a nice bike, too.
Thank you.
You don't got the tub with the gloves.
I do, but you don't want to wipe your hands.
This?
No, that you're
Oh,
fine with.
all right.
So the cleaning stuff to do, you don't want to wipe your hands with.
Can we get him sat up or whatever? I don't want to leave him there. Thank you. Cool.
I got to know what you want.
Hang on one second. Let me get myself situated. I wasn't expecting this to go down.
Yeah.
But I guess you never expect anything, right?
All right. Exactly.
Looks like it's all.
All right, man. What's your name?
We got an ID in his back pocket.
I'll get it.
Glenn Schmidt.
Glenn. That wasn't smart, Glenn.
What?
That wasn't smart.
What?
You just tried to take off on us. Yeah, I'll do your crash. I can easily do the deuce 148 all kind of in one. Maybe suspended too. Probably just came from a casino. Jeez. Looks like you won.
I'll get a tow-in route.
It sounds like they already have one.
They already got one. Oh yeah, he's got all his players cards there. Is that what that? All right.
You got a 180 for this too?
What's your name, sir?
I'll work on
What's your name, sir? Hey, real quick, I'm just here to investigate the crash. Yeah, I'm just here to investigate the crash before they get you up to the hospital. Can you tell me what happened? Which way were you coming from?
Coming that way.
Where were you coming from? Like off Yosemite?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened to cause you crash, man? Not sure.
No. I was a goddamn dog over here.
Oh, you were dodging a dog?
Yeah.
Where was the dog at?
Right on the corner right here.
In the corner? What kind of dog was it?
But no, he's already.
You going too fast?
Yeah, I seen dog.
Welcome back. As you can see from that video, it was a crash on a motorcycle, and when the officer arrived, Modesto Fire Department told them that the subject had crashed and possibly had been drinking. So when the officer made contact with the subject, the subject started his motorcycle and tried to take off. So the officer had to make an evasive move and knock him off his motorcycle to make sure, for safety purposes, he did not drive off. When he was taking him into custody, it shows that the fire department helped him with this. So it shows our great relationship that we have with Modesto Fire, that they help us out when needed. The citizen that you saw in the video, he was under the influence of alcohol, and he also did not have a driver's license to be driving that motorcycle.
Right, and you need a special license to drive a motorcycle, and obviously operating a motor vehicle under the influence is prohibited and extremely dangerous, which is probably one of the factors that caused this collision. Within Modesto alone, last year in 2020, there were 551 DUI arrests, and so all of those go to trial. One thing to note, that everybody in this video, all the suspects, the persons that are arrested or detained, they're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but they are being shown here in these videos because they've been apprehended or detained or arrested for various crimes.
And in 2021, we also had 227 collisions that were related to driving under the influence. So we're going to go into our next video. Our next video is a suspicious person at the Kohl's in Modesto, where citizens were calling in that he was looking into cars and trying to open up the doors, and officers arrived on scene and they made contact with him. So let's check it out.
How you doing today, sir?
How are you?
Doing well. Hey, are these your vehicles?
This is my girlfriend's.
Your girlfriend's? Oh, okay. Someone just said it kind of looks strange that maybe a guy was tampering with cars around here or something like that.
I was just fixing it.
Oh, okay, right on, cool.
Yeah, it's my girlfriend's in Kohl's.
Okay, cool. Are you on probation or parole for anything? No. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't.
What's your name, man? Are all these vehicles yours, or?
No, just.
She said like something about the white or bronze
Mercedes. She just
Mercedes.
pulled up right there.
Oh, okay.
I could get my girlfriend. She's right there.
Is that her?
No, she just went in right now.
Okay, cool. We'll see if it's even necessary, my friend, okay?
Okay.
Modesto X-ray 63, 29 on 1. He says it's his girlfriend's. He was just cleaning the tires and stuff while she's in at Kohl's.
Yeah, she's over there. Call for her? Yeah. She's right there. She's in Kohl's. I know.
What's her phone number? We'll give her a call. What's her name? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I want to make sure you're supposed to be down here.
Please leave your message for...
That's off.
Can I go get her, sir, please?
This is Officer Lockridge. Answer your phone. Come on outside.
I'm going to go get her, sir, so you could know that... No.
Hang on one second.
Finishing up on a call and he'll be right out. Oh, you know what it is?
We have a gentleman out there, and he's in a car. He says his girlfriend's in here shopping.
So do I have
So we want to have her come up here. I need to verify that she's even here.
Well, for the 30%, what happened to you on your gold card?
Attention Gold customers, can I please to the front register?
Yeah, just if you have your ID on you, I can go ahead and do it that way. No. Or you know what? No, and you should be fine because you are today. Let me see. I need to double check that.
That's not my car.
Copy. Can we try and confirm, please? Hey, dude, you have some small warrants out of like ripping. I'm not sure if they're gonna want what they're gonna want to do with you, but right now I'm gonna have you place your hand. No. X63 foot bail. Towards Bluff Parkway, by El Pollo Loco.
X-ray 62. X-ray 63 is on your call. He has a white belt.
Continuing through Winco parking lot, white male, no shirt, gray shorts.
Good, good.
So they say they went towards like the in and out.
Yeah. He's not gonna. He's happy. Okay, no worries about that. Walk inside here. Thank you.
Citizen said in Russian.
Where is he?
Heavy 193, are you
Where'd he go?
Citizen said in Russian.
Daniel?
Here's my back.
1024 to the citizen, hold on, stay constantly limited.
Adam 24, we're taking the 1015.
Yeah.
You guys checked the bathroom already?
No. Yeah, I'm right here.
So yeah, channel 2 is 1034, 1025, channel 2 for Adam 20 on channel 1.
That's an interesting video to watch, you know, when you watch the suspect's behavior when he's talking to one of the officers there initially. It's clear that he's trying to keep his distance from the officer, and we find out later in the video that he has a warrant, and that's why he was fleeing, or most likely the reason why. But the officers do a great job of investigating, establishing what's going on, giving the subject the opportunity to tell him what he's doing and what's going on. You know, at one point when the officer does discover that the subject has a warrant, he tells that to the suspect. He tells him, you have a warrant, right? Because he wants him to know that he's under arrest and he needs to comply with a lawful order from a police officer. Downside, right, when some circumstances, and obviously in this case, the suspect knew that he was going to be going to jail and decided to take advantage of a little bit of the distance and take off fleeing from the officers, you know, and Officer Lockridge did a great job giving chase. I will note that Officer Lockridge is actually here tonight with us. He's behind the camera helping out with the technology side of things, but he did a really good job. And you know, when we're watching that video and you see the suspect later inside the restroom, obviously he had created quite a distance between the officers. And, you know, as citizens, if you're out there and you're driving around or you're inside a restaurant and you see someone that's acting suspicious, running as if they're running with a purpose, trying to get away from someone, you know, don't be afraid to call the Modesto Police Department and report what you see, because you may be helping us capture someone that's fleeing from a crime. And I think that might have been something that happened here in this case.
If you noticed, when Officer Lockridge first gave chase, that suspect did not have a shirt on. And so incoming officers who are looking for him and setting up a perimeter, they're looking for this male with no shirt, yet he was holding a shirt and he happened to put it on thinking that he could disguise himself from the officers. But yet, you know, a citizen showed that he was in the bathroom in In-N-Out Burger, which was really helpful, and they were able to capture him.
Right, you know, and that does happen often. You know, suspects will change their clothing, place a different colored shirt on, take a shirt off. And that's something that officers need to be aware of. And that's what happened in this case. And so when officers respond, you know, you got to remember that the responding officers, they only know what they're hearing on the radio from the other officer that was initially there. They have a description of what the person looks like, but they haven't actually seen them. You know, when you're watching the video, you can actually see what the person looks like, and it's easier to recognize. So,
and just like the prior videos, the officers checked the restroom for any contraband or weapons or anything that suspect could have left behind.
Yes,
which is really important to do. We have a question from Omar. He wanted to know, how old do you have to be to become a police officer? Well, to be a police officer on the streets, you have to be 21. We are actually hiring for several positions, including a police officer. And you can go to the City of Modesto website and you could check out all of the positions that we're hiring for. If you don't see something you're interested in, you could fill out an interest card. So when something opens up, it'll send you an email to let you know it's available. We actually are having our physical agility test tomorrow for our academy recruits. We have about 18 of them testing. Before you do that, though, you have to take our Pellet B written test. So you should go to our website and check out and see what we're hiring for.
Very good. We do have another question. Forgive me if I'm not looking directly at the camera. The sun's right in my eyes right now. But Jenna asks, what can I do about homeless? You know, obviously in Modesto, in our county, you know, across California, that has been quite an issue as of late, especially during COVID with homelessness. persons that just don't have a place to live, whatever the reason is. You know, and obviously there's shelters here in Modesto. We want to accommodate people, but we do deal with that type of thing quite often here in our city. Our officers are happy to respond and investigate and offer resources to the homeless. We have our HEART team, which we have highlighted previously on some of our videos. And we also have our new outreach workers that just started just a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so.
Yeah, they've been helpful.
And they've done a really good job of engaging with the homeless. You know, when the citizens call in and report that there's homeless people, then they will respond and build those relationships, have those conversations, and really see what they can do to help. And so that's just another resource that we utilize and we've been trying here at the Modesto Police Department. And so far it's going very good. So if you want to report a concern that you have about a specific individual, please don't hesitate to call the Modesto Police Department. We're happy to look at it.
Now we'll go into our next video.
So our next vehicle is next video is a vehicle or a video of a traffic stop. Of a vehicle that is speeding. So officers locate a vehicle that's speeding and they make a traffic stop on it.
Traffic.
Go ahead.
California personalized. We will be Tully and Bergsmore, 1800 block of Tully in the parking lot. Step out.
Mary 42 to 11, B41.
Face away from me, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
B41. Security check 3005, Lake Park Court, RP Ramsey, 4964, advising billing paranoid.
Yep, you're under arrest for racing.
Disorder, and he's another
How
resident
fast was I going?
I
was just revving it a little bit. I wasn't full throttle or anything.
I was behind you at the red light. You were talking to the guy next to you. We got a green light.
Yeah,
he accelerated slowly, you accelerated, and you guys were keeping side by side. You got up to 60 miles an hour. All right? I was behind you the entire time. All right? What caught my attention to you was at McHenry and Briggsmore when you lit it up and started passing vehicles. So, you're driving like that. I'm going to check your record. You may go to jail for it. You may not, depending on your record. Your car's definitely going to get towed, and you're definitely going to get a citation at minimum. Okay. Make sense? Anything illegal on you?
No.
All right, spread your feet for me.
Can I get my phone at least?
I'll grab some property for you. Spread your feet. Are you on probation or parole? Nope. Have you ever been arrested? Nope. Have you ever been ticketed for any racing?
Racing?
What have you been ticketed for?
Nothing good from a 115 holding at Doubletree, 1115 9th Street,
Come on up here. I'm going to have you sit down in the back of my car.
Can I give a phone call?
I will let me figure you out first. Okay. All right, if I'm not going to take you to jail, I'll take the handcuffs off and I'll let you make your phone calls.
Is it necessary for me to sit inside?
Yes.
It's just kind of,
yes.
very claustrophobic.
Have a seat.
All right.
You need to make better life decisions, all right?
Yeah, I understand. Can't really.
Who was your buddy? Did you know the guy next to you? Just cars?
Yeah,
just car thing? You could be booked for this. Okay, I'm choosing not to because you don't have much of a history other than a couple tickets. But this is a bookable offense. Okay, it's considered reckless driving. You're going to hurt somebody someday if you continue to do this. Go ahead and grab your wallet only. Leave your driver's license there. Go ahead and grab whatever you want out of the car. Don't take anything apart. Okay? Don't take the radio out. Don't disconnect the battery.
Everything's guaranteed safe, right?
If you want to take clothes, whatever you have in there, go ahead and do so. If you need to make a phone call to have someone come pick you up, go ahead and do so. And then I'm going to get you a citation, and then I'll get you out of here, okay?
Everything's going to be like at the tow yard, everything's going to be secure, everything's going to...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Leave your hood open, too.
Welcome back. As you can see in this video, an officer who was actually one of our traffic officers was monitoring traffic, and he had two vehicles that were racing in front of him. Street racing can be very, very dangerous because it could cause accidents, people get hurt, and he was able to stop one of the vehicles and he detained the driver. The citizen was issued a citation for his racing and his vehicle was towed.
You know, when you think about speeding and especially younger drivers, they just don't have that experience. And obviously it's against the law, and it's against the law for a reason, because it's unsafe, you know, and that's how collisions can occur, and we want to avoid that. And so if we can learn anything from watching this video, it's just to slow down, watch your speed, watch out for other people on the roadway. Defensive driving is extremely important, and that's something that we all need to be aware of. And if you see someone that's speeding, driving recklessly, please don't hesitate to call 911.
Our next video is where a citizen was driving down actually a busy street in the middle of the night when he noticed a male subject laying in the middle of the roadway. He stopped to help, got out, and he noticed the male was unconscious. Didn't know what happened, didn't know if he got hit by a car, wasn't sure what was going on, so he called the police and stayed with him. So let's check this one out.
Is he all right?
I tried to rouse him, but he doesn't really look like somebody I would want to fucking wake up and have any longer.
Right. Hey, buddy! It's the Modesto Police Department. Are you okay? He's breathing. He's got a pulse.
Yeah. The milk's not that.
B73. Male's still down. He's got a pulse. He's breathing, but unresponsive.
I was a little concerned with that thing in his hand.
What is this, like a pen? Yeah, we'll start taking this stuff out of his hands right now. Hey, buddy, wake up! Krebs! Give me Narcan! You got it?
Modesto B81. That's going to be down in the westbound lanes. Administering first dose of Narcan. Be careful, he's going to come up swinging.
Road, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Now, when you found him in the road, was his backpack already off?
Yeah, no, his backpack was on him and everything. I took it off.
He's got a pulse.
Yeah, he's got a pulse. He's breathing.
Right arm. Right there?
No, right there. That's needle marks.
The dry blood?
Come on, bud, wake up!
Stand by the gun. I'll update them.
So Mel found in the roadway, unresponsive, has pulse, is breathing. I mentioned some dose of Narcan, didn't react to it. That's all we got so far. I'm done.
Yeah, I already mentioned. I'm doing abdominal rubs.
Yeah.
He's kind of coming. He's kind of responsive, but he's going back into it.
Okay.
Breather?
Yeah.
He's got a
pull.
He's
Yeah.
coming in and out, but I can't get him to wake up. And I only had one Narcan, so. Still on pinpoint.
Yeah.
BVM.
Want to give him another Narcan?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he's got some spots there on him. There he goes. There we go. Starting to move a little bit. They might have some.
I haven't tossed it.
I checked for weapons, but.
No. Hey, relax, bud. Relax, buddy. It's police department. Hey, we need to relax, bud. Watch out, watch out.
Hey, dude.
Fuck, all right. Relax, okay. Oh, fuck. Relax, stop. Relax, stop fighting. It's the police department. Relax, stop fighting.
Please,
Stop fighting.
please.
Police department, relax.
Stop. Okay.
Stop.
Please, God.
Stay on the ground.
Please,
Police
stop,
department, bro.
please.
We're just trying to get you medical help.
Okay, I'm fine.
Hey, stop. What's
Please,
your name, buddy?
go.
What's your name? Shh. What's your name? Hey, my name's Officer Krebs. Put your hand on your back.
Nice to meet you.
Stop fighting. Keep your hands behind your
Please.
back. Let's stop.
Please, brother.
Hey, you're not in any legal trouble, bro.
Okay. Let
Okay?
me go, please.
Please.
Oh, please.
Please. Relax.
Take him into custody.
Hey, buddy, we're just going to get you some help. You're not in any trouble, okay?
I got cuff on left wrist.
Cuff on
Someone
left wrist?
passed me right arm.
Move your left hand behind you, all right? Watch out.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
Please, brother.
I got right arm.
Okay.
Pass me left.
Please.
There we go. We got it.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Got one to go. Incoming, slow down.
Brother.
Relax, buddy.
But continue in A unit, please.
D1 copy, one detained, incoming, slow down, what's your updated 20?
We're going to be just west of the city.
Relax.
Sylvan and Nick Reynolds.
I'm sorry.
Copy, Sylvan and
Stay
Nick
there,
Reynolds.
relax, okay?
Just relax.
Sorry, brother.
A firm.
I didn't know you guys were after me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Latest channel 1 is 1034 traffic on channel 1 for Sylvan and Nick Reynolds.
Catch your breath. We're going to put you on the gurney, okay? Relax.
No, I don't need you to.
Relax, bud.
Go to the side.
Fine, brother.
Yeah, we're going to get you checked out, though, okay?
Let's roll him to
Towards me.
Garcia.
My bad. I didn't know you guys were after me.
Hey, relax.
Okay.
You okay about that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
We're going to put you on
My
the
bad.
gurney,
My
okay?
bad. Okay.
Hey, don't worry.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were after me.
It's all right. You're good, bud. Relax.
My apologies,
Hey,
brother.
can you bring your knees up towards me?
Yes, sir.
Bring your knees up.
Yes, turn me this way.
No, bring your knees up to your
My
chest.
apologies.
You're doing good, okay. Both knees up to your
Yeah,
chest.
I am.
You can sit on your butt, okay?
I didn't know you were after me.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Yep, we're trying to help you out, bud.
All right.
Okay.
Adam 34 South, for another unit, 8
Help me.
Yep, there you go.
Looks like there's a subject asleep at the wheel. The vehicle is in drive, and the subject is asleep at the door.
It's okay, buddy. Take a seat.
I'm sorry, brother.
Just grab it. No, don't be sorry, bud.
Scoot that way. Scoot back a little bit more.
Hey, you're doing great, buddy.
I'm fine, apologies. How you doing, brother?
Good, good. How are you?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good,
I didn't know you guys were after me. My apologies.
It's a vibe, dude. It's good.
All right. Sorry about that.
Can you scoot back a little bit?
Yeah.
Keep pushing yourself
What did I do?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
You were laying in the middle of the roadway.
My apologies. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. For those of you that are maybe just tuning in, you are here watching On Scene with MPD, a Facebook Live event. I am Eric Schuler. With me here is Gillian Schuler. We are live here at McHenry Mansion. So the videos that we're watching are pre-recorded body camera footage from our officers. The one that we just watched was a suspicious incident where officers are dispatched to a man down in the roadway. Obviously, the circumstances are unknown when the officers respond, so medical aid is something that they were working on with the subject because they're trying to establish what's going on. Why is he on the ground? It's common, obviously, if it was a vehicle collision, that someone could be laying in the roadway. In this case, I don't think that was the case. It was a medical concern, and the officers began providing medical aid and also requested the fire department and AMR to respond to assist as they investigated and offered care to this subject. When the subject was not coming to and they weren't making too much progress with that, they decided to apply Narcan, and the subject was able to wake up, and as you saw, quite abruptly. And that's common with Narcan. Narcan is a prescription nasal spray used for the treatment of a known or suspected opioid overdose, and that's most likely what happened here. And so when the suspect came to, he darted up and began running. And obviously the officers are more interested in his health and making sure that he gets the care that he needs, which is why they chase after him and detain him so they can make sure that he's treated by medical staff on scene.
Okay, we have some questions from the audience. One of the first one is from Deanna. Why do they look under the hood? And that was from our prior video where Officer Rivera was looking under the hood of that vehicle that was street racing. A lot of times they will have illegal parts under there. So officers that have been trained in our street racing vehicle issues, they'll look under the hood to see what's under there and if there's any other violations that need to be had, and then they will cite them for that.
You know, another reason is if a vehicle is being towed, it's important that officers are thorough and document the vehicle in its current state. So noting different pieces within the engine compartment or things that are inside the vehicle, the radio, the condition of the vehicle is extremely important because, you know, we're taking responsibility, we're taking ownership of that vehicle, and we're towing it to a safe place, and so we need to document it. So doing a thorough check of the vehicle is one of the reasons why as well. Another question we have is, what is NNO? National Night Out. That's what that is. It's a national event that happens all over. It's happening in Modesto that you can register. We did, I think, a post on our social media not too long ago. You can scroll through that and then you can register. And that's essentially getting together with the neighborhood that you live in, working together as a group and having this event. It's going to happen all over Modesto. It's going to happen all over the county. It's going to happen nationally. And the date for National Night Out this year is August 3rd. And it usually happens in the evening. The fire department will be involved, the police department, and it's just an opportunity for neighbors to come together, work with us, get to know us, and just really celebrate. It's really a nice event, and that is going to be August 3rd of this year.
And if you haven't been involved in that or have ever attended one of those barbecues, it is a really good time. Families are out, neighbors are getting to know each other, kids are outside playing, the police are around. It's really a good event. I highly recommend you check it out. We have another question from Donna. It's a great question. What made you become a cop? So what do you think?
Well, you know, my parents tell me since as young as they can remember me being, I always said I wanted to be a police officer, which was interesting because I come from a family of firemen, and so I don't know where it came from. Maybe rebelling. That was my way of rebelling against the family. And but yeah, so I guess apparently as young as I was, they said that I always wanted to be a police officer. Never any hesitation. That was always a goal of mine since I was a young child. So fortunately, obviously, I was able to pursue that path. After college, going to the police academy, and then becoming a Modesto police officer. What about you?
I always wanted to be a police officer when I was a little girl, and we had a family friend who was a sergeant at the agency that I lived in that city, and I would just sit for hours and listen to his stories. Though being young and all the adults are sitting together, I would sit and listen to his stories and just so interested. And then when all the cop shows came out, I just loved to watch them, and I love to help people. So that was a huge thing for me. And I'm not from this area, but I saw they were hiring. I applied. I made it through everything the first time and went to the academy, and I've been here ever since, and it is the best profession.
Right, and you know, also to note, obviously we are married, Eric and Gillian Schuler here. We were able to meet each other here at the police department, so I think it worked out perfectly.
It did. I'm happy.
So our next video is going to be the torch run. That's a run for the Special Olympics. So let's check this video out.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips: "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt."
My name is Jeff Godfrey, and I work as a police officer with the City of Ceres, but I also sit on the executive committee for the Special Olympics of Northern California Law Enforcement Torch Run. The Law Enforcement Torch Run is a platform that law enforcement utilizes to raise awareness and financial support for the Special Olympic athletes in Northern California.
Just go twice as hard. And no one can tell.
Law Enforcement Torch Run is actually the largest grassroots fundraising platform for Special Olympics, having raised over $100 million to date for the athletes in our communities. The athletes get to participate in these athletic programs free of charge based on the generosity of the people who donate to this platform. And we have over 26,000 Special Olympic athletes living and competing in Northern California.
When I think of all the countless nights, all my prayers, they glow like northern lights. And I'll fight for every single.
The Law Enforcement Torch Run started in 1981, and it was started by Chief Richard LeMunyon from Wichita, Kansas. He and his officers decided they wanted to develop some type of fundraising platform and an awareness platform to give back to the Special Olympic athletes in their communities, so they started the Torch Run. In 1981, it was a flicker of a flame, as he likes to call it, that has grown into a raging, unstoppable fire, and law enforcement agencies all across the world have adopted this platform, and we see it as such a blessing for us and such an opportunity for us to be able to give back to these athletes and their families.
And I'm right where I'm supposed to be. انت تقدر مدام قبلك قدر. انت تعرف مدام قبلك عارف. يعني ما فيش ظروف تمنعني. صدق نفسك صدق.
I kind of had an idea of what Special Olympics was growing up. Once I became an officer and started getting involved with the Law Enforcement Torch Run, that knowledge grew. I think the biggest thing that draws me to Special Olympics is the athletes. Athletes were out there running with us. And to see their dedication and the smiles on their face running with officers, man, that's just like, I want to continue to do this. If you've never been here, please watch out for it next year. You can sign up. Anybody can come out, bring your kids, get involved. Also look out for events that we have coming up. We got Bagging for Bucks, usually at a Save Mart. Cop on a Rooftop, that's going to be at Dunkin' Donuts. You can come out and support Special Olympics that way.
I'm Officer Tom Olson with the California Highway Patrol. We do the Torch Run because the Special Olympians, this is the main funding for their organization to compete on a weekly, monthly basis, and for some select few who actually get the opportunity to compete in the national championships.
So we have representatives from the Ceres Police Department, Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department, Modesto Police Department, CSU Stanislaus, Turlock Police Department, and the Stanislaus County District Attorney's Office. We have all of those teams represented here. We have members of each agency here running together.
Hi, my name is Fawn Smolak. I'm from the Stanislaus County District Attorney's Office. This is my son, Landon Smolak. We're here representing our community and law enforcement for a good cause, here to raise money for the Special Olympics. Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Myra Lewis. I'm with California State University Police Department, and I'm here today because not only do I have family that has participated in the Special Olympics, but it's incredibly rewarding to be such a small part in something so great.
The Special Olympics of Northern California is truly a very community-based program. Everybody that you know, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend of the family, everybody has somebody who they know or has been touched by a Special Olympic athlete. So one of the great things about Special Olympics is it is a true community-oriented event. We have members of our community out here today, people who have donated. We have local business owners, we have community members. Everybody wants to come out and be a part of this and show their support. And because of their support and generosity, it's June of 2021 and we have already raised almost $30,000 in donations for the law enforcement torch run that will go directly to the over 26,000 Special Olympic athletes competing in our communities.
Okay, I know Jeff Godfrey. He's a police officer in Ceres, and he told me about the torch run and the Special Olympics. So I just wanted to be involved in that and donated some money and donated some waters. So.
This is why we run. We run to raise money. We run to promote awareness to these Special Olympians. They're amazing athletes, and we enjoy, as a law enforcement profession, to be around them all the time. And we hope that everyone has the opportunity, if you have that opportunity, to please donate to Special Olympics Northern California. Every dollar means so much to these kids, and it means a lot to us as well.
That video was so wonderful to watch, to see all of the officers from all the county, or from our county, all the different cities come together and raise awareness for Special Olympics for such a great cause. That torch run was actually 2.7 miles long.
Yeah, you know, it's really great that they volunteered their time and participated in that. So let's look at some questions that we have, or some subjects we want to talk about here before we get into our next and final video of the evening. Graffiti night. Graffiti night is coming up. Last year, due to COVID, unfortunately, the city of Modesto was not able to hold the graffiti parade, which we are well known for. It's been around for a very long time. But now we're able to have it, and I'm super excited about it. I know that I'm going to be there, and most likely you'll be there.
I will be there.
We've been working it for several years now, and what happens is the Kiwanis Club here in Modesto will bring in and host and recommend that people, if you have older cars, and I think there's an age on those cars that they need to be in order to participate in the parade, and you drive down a designated route. I don't know what the route is this year, but typically it's in downtown Modesto to include some of McHenry here. And it's really great. I usually work it as part of my bicycle patrol. And if you guys remember, we had that nice bicycle patrol video on the last one that we got to watch. And it's kind of the running joke here, so I'm going to throw it out there before you do. But it's something that's really fun, you know, and I know you've worked several of them as well. So Graffiti Night is August 20th. If you're interested in registering, you can look online. I know that they do have a Facebook page with a link. They also have a website, and you can register and be a part of that.
And it's a great family event. So if you haven't gone, check that one out. We also are having Concert in the Park tonight at the Griseda Park. It's every Thursday from now until July 15th. It starts at 8 o'clock, and there's music, food, dancing. It's just fun. So you should go check that out.
Yes, so that's interesting, and that's going to be here in an hour or so. So please come on down.
Beautiful weather tonight for it.
Yes. So another question we have is in regards to fireworks. Stephanie sent us that. You know, obviously 4th of July is quickly approaching. You see the booths set up throughout our city. They're going to be sold here pretty soon, and then of course people are going to be using safe and sane fireworks, right? That's what's legal on 4th of July, and maybe even a day or two ahead of 4th of July, and sometimes even after. But please be aware of illegal fireworks. If it's a firework that shoots up into the air, aerial fireworks, those are illegal because they're unsafe, and they do have a tendency. Obviously, what goes up will come down, and you know, we've had fires created from some of these illegal fireworks, and that's one of the main reasons why we are cautious about them. We don't want them out there. So if you are hearing or seeing what you believe to be illegal fireworks, please contact the Modesto Police Department. We have quite a bit of fireworks patrol in the evenings where officers are coming in, and that is their focus, so that we can help keep our citizens safe.
And if possible, try to get an exact location where this is occurring, and maybe some suspect information, a description, so when our officers go in, they can see exactly where this is happening and who is setting those off. Also, to know that the safe and sane that you can get at the booths here in town, if those are changed in any way, that makes those illegal as well. So just know that information.
You know, and you know, a lot of us have pets of our own, right? And pets become scared when they're hearing these loud noises. So something to think about as you plan for 4th of July. Don't forget about your pets. Plan for them because sometimes they will get scared. They will try and break free of fence boards and run around loose. So consider them as you're making your plans, especially if you're going out. Try and take care of your pets because you probably don't want to come home and find that they're missing or scared running around.
Maybe put them inside with the fan on or a noise machine or maybe the TV just to distract them, because we get several calls the day after, the night of pets missing or pets running around, and we always want to make sure that that doesn't happen so we can make sure they're reunited with their owners.
But 4th of July is a great holiday. It's a lot of fun. I know we're going to have fun doing some fireworks.
So. We're off. Okay, so the next and final case, or call tonight, is a cold case. One of our detectives shares some information, and check it out, and maybe it could be of help.
I'm Detective Josh Grant with the Modesto Police Department Homicide Unit. On July 23rd, 2019, Mr. Raymond Green was here at Mellis Park and enjoying his evening with friends. Just after 10 p.m., a drive-by shooting occurred, which resulted in Mr. Green losing his life. In almost 2 years, we have not been able to make an arrest. I'm asking for your help in bringing justice for Mr. Green and his family. If you have any information, please contact me directly, 209-342-9104, or if you wish to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers tip line. Thank you.
What an unfortunate case that is. And you know, if you know anything about this investigation, anything that you can share with that detective, please contact him directly. His phone number was listed, and also Crime Stoppers if you'd like to remain anonymous. It's unfortunate for the family that's dealing with something like this to not have answers and be seeking those. And you know, our detectives will work tirelessly to solve crimes, and you know, we are always asking for help from the citizens of Modesto, and anything that you can do to share and help with that investigation or others, we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's definitely important to make sure that whether it's this case or any other case, if you have information, that you call it in, because it could really help a family member that's really in need of that. But I think that concludes all of our videos for tonight. I would like to thank all of our media relations who's behind the scene, who helped make this happen. And I don't know about you, but I had a great time again.
Yep, I did, and I think you and I had the easy part.
I think so too. I definitely hope that the citizens really enjoyed our videos, and if there's anything else that you would all like to see for our fall ride along, then please send information in to us, and so we could try to get that added.
Yeah, we're always looking for new ideas and new ways of doing things, which is why we're here outside in the weather, you know, instead of being inside the Modesto Police Department, trying something new, highlighting something different here at the McHenry Mansion. But we enjoy doing these. We enjoy being engaged with our community, answering your questions, and sharing some of the things that we're doing out there with our body-worn camera. So we always have a great time doing this, and we will see you again in a few months. So thank you for tuning in to On Scene with MPD, a Facebook Live event. I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you. See you on the next.